This is a very bittersweet day. The greatest athlete to ever play a team sport is leaving the game.
When I lose the sense of motivation and the sense of to prove something as a basketball player, it's time for me to move away from the game of basketball.
Michael Jordan's sudden retirement from basketball meant one thing.
Well, I think all of us around the league thought, okay, well, the door's open, right? Like, who's going to step through the door?
It's all over. The Chicago Bulls have 3 straight NBA championships.
The king had taken off his crown. The Bulls were now an afterthought. 2 teams had positioned themselves to rightfully take over the throne in the Eastern Conference. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks.
Pacers still need some help. Oh, he threw it away.
Reggie Miller and the Pacers.
Boom, baby.
Everyone had the same idea.
For us to not have a Chicago Jordan team probably gave us more hope that we had a chance to win and win big.
Orlando! A young franchise from Central Florida has something to say.
Here's Dominique Porter, shoot, rejected right away. He pulls up and lets it fly for 3. He drilled it. Puts it on the floor. And stops it. He brought it down. He brought the whole down.
Adding Shaquille to the team was obviously, the move that turned everything around. And the next year we get the #1 pick again, and we add Penny Hardaway to that, and you have 2 guys that, when we're traveling around, they're kind of like rock stars.
With Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway, and the perfect supporting cast, the 93-94 Magic won 50 games, but then were swept in the first round by the Pacers.
John Gabriel, Brian Hill, all of the basketball operations guys realize, okay, we've got to go out and get a Horace Grant.
This NBA All-Star and 3-time world champion, number 54, Horace Grant.
From there, it took off. The Magic won 57 games in the 94-95 season. They went 39-2 at the Arena.
I think it was a team that had a very good chemistry, a very good feel about it, and they all felt like we can't be beat at home.
Orlando earned the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. They opened the playoffs by closing down the Boston Garden.
Boston Garden is now closed.
Next up,
quote unquote, I'm back.
Starks lost his footing here as Jordan, and a surprise sets up Winnington.
The narrative was too perfect, but Michael's first game back in Chicago was a loss to the Magic.
Punctuation point on this game for the Orlando Magic.
John Gabriel saw a different story.
I remember walking back to the locker room saying, this is an omen. This means something more than a regular season game. And it did forecast what was going to happen later that summer.
And we're set for game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinal series between the Bulls and the Magic. Here's Jordan. Anderson. Armstrong for 3. Yes. Scott for 3.
Game 1 went back and forth.
Pass thrown by Scott. Picked off by the Bulls, and they immediately call for time.
The Bulls held a 1-point lead and the ball with 18 seconds left. You know the rest.
Anderson trying to steal it. Jordan dribbles around him. Clock is down to 12, and Anderson stole the ball. Hardaway picks it up. 2-on-1. Penny bounced past the Grant. He does it. 6.2 seconds to go. Nick Anderson stole the ball. Nick Anderson stole the ball from Michael Jordan.
The Magic took game 1. Nick Anderson stole the ball. And the post-game headline.
Let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
This could be entertaining.
They beat us in game 2, but we turned right around and went to Chicago and won game 3. I think that's, again, made our guys feel like, okay, it's the Bulls and Michael Jordan and we split at home, but we just walked right into their building and beat them in game 3.
The series went even after 2 games in Chicago. Michael put up his usual numbers. They did not come easy.
Well, some of it was predicated on Pistons and the Jordan Bulls. Even though he had a couple of big games, Michael worked. Michael really had to work.
On the other end, Chicago's game plan was simple.
They were committed. They were going to double team Shaquille on every catch. I don't know if it was ego or what, they were going to dare Horace to beat him. He was huge in that series. Just huge.
1 feet. Horace will knock that shot down.
Grant's 24 points and 11 boards helped give the Magic a 3-2 series lead.
You were booed last time in Chicago. Now you go back there with a chance to close out the season for the Bulls.
I'm expecting the boos a lot louder.
The Bulls led by 8 with less than 3 minutes to go in Game 6. What happens next? Magic fans know it as the run.
Shaquille right hand, yes. Nick Anderson fakes, now takes 3, yes!
Pippen, right side to Jordan. He dribbles left, he spins right, he jumps, he shoots, air ball. Nick on a drive, pull up 20-footer, he drilled it!
We're going to the Eastern Conference Finals!
Once that happens, right, and you do it in Chicago, something in you now says, this is doable, right? Like, we can do this.
Maybe they hadn't paid their dues. The Magic, though, were ready to collect.
You know, so what if we're young? Why not us? Why not now? That ended up being our theme for the rest of leading into the great playoff run series.
.8 seconds to go. Orlando up 4. They may be feeling comfortable. The open man is Armstrong. Big miss, rebound, over. It's over right here. Here's the, you know what, cherry on the sundae. And the young Orlando Magic have come here to win in Chicago, and they will now move into the Eastern Conference Finals. Do you want revenge against Indiana, or do you want to face New York?
Whoever we play, it really doesn't matter.
Inbounds to Ewing. Down to 3. Down to 2. Ewing. Not over the head. And it's all over. The Indiana Pacers have defeated the New York Knicks. They advance to the Eastern Conference Final to face the Orlando Magic.
It's going to be tough. They've been resting 4 or 5 days, and this is an emotional win for us, but I think that's what VCRs are all about. We're going to go home and study this and try to get ready for them.
If you had asked me at the beginning of the year, midway through the year, even at the end of the regular season, who's the best team in the NBA, I would have said the Indiana Pacers.
Miller open again.
Oh, the free, look at this shot.
And he hits it. It's a three-pointer for Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller giving the choke sign to Spike Lee.
You're talking about a Hall of Fame backcourt and Mark Jackson and Reggie Miller. And then you go Rick Smits, Dale Davis, Antonio Davis, Derek McKee. There's 4 guys between 6'10 and 7'2. I thought, in my own mind, they were going to be the hardest team for us to beat.
To me, what I think is one of the great playoff series of all time.
Game 1 set the stage. The Pacers, presumably next in line for the throne in the East, versus the Magic, the new kids on the block. Early on, experience trumped youth. That would be short-lived.
Penny driving out to Scott, 3-pointer in front of Miller. He drills it. So much for that big Indiana start. Fakes Miller, drives around him, goes up for the dunk, and throws it down. Now Shaq got it back. He hooks, he hits.
It's NBA, nothing but a comeback.
Game 2 provided more drama. Rick Smits put Indiana up 1 late in the 4th. The door was open for the Pacers to take Game 2. Nick Anderson shut it.
Gives to Anderson, 3-point shot. Nick, he drills it! Anderson, deep out of the left corner. Mr. Clutch comes through again.
The Pacers took Game 3 as the series shifted to Indianapolis. Game 4, all about finish.
Magic must score on his possession, really to give themselves a great chance to pull off this victory. Gives to Shaw, 3-pointer by Bryant. He got it! A 3-point shot by Brian Shaw. Jackson dribbling left, gives to Miller. 3-point shot over Anderson. He got it! 5 seconds to go. Inbounds it to Hardaway near midcourt. Penny on a drive. He jumps, shoots a 3-pointer. It's good! It's good! Penny Hardaway. He had nothing but net with 1.3 seconds to go. McKee throws it into Smits. He turns, fake, shoots a 10-footer. It's good! And it counts! And Indiana has stolen the victory.
You go back and you look at the first 5 games of that series, and they can go either way.
Picked off. Shaquille O'Neal leading the break all the way, and he threw the foul.
The Magic 108 to 106, and take a 3-2 advantage in the best-of-7 series.
Then you get Indiana blowing us out at their place in Game 6.
Jackson pushing it down. Ball fakes, gets it to Miller for three. Yes. Oh, Reggie very much into it.
Whoever wins goes on, and whoever doesn't stays home. So now we'll see what it's all about.
I want the fans to be so loud. I want all 17,000 people to wake up next morning with sore throats.
Buckle up. It's Game 7 of the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals. So the winner moves on tonight to the NBA Finals. The loser goes home. Doesn't get any simpler than that.
By the time we got to Game 7, I've never played in a building as loud as Orlando Arena was that day.
Listen to this crowd in Orlando. Cross court to Scott. Three-point shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Quickly. Pass it down to Anderson. Three-point shot. Good. The crowd standing and cheering, and they may not sit down till Wednesday when Houston comes in here for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Magic say, why not us? Why not now? Listen to this crowd in Orlando, standing and cheering, and they may not sit down till Wednesday when Houston comes in here for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Magic say, why not us? Why not now?
I think our rise, it happened so quick. And I think that is one of the interesting things. And you just think about what could have been.
Is this more gratifying than last year, Akeem? Nobody expected you to be back in the finals.
Well, he's never as good as the first time, but this is beautiful.
You know, I didn't look at it from a historical perspective or anything else. We approached it the same way we approached every game leading up to that point. You know, what do we have to do to win? What do we have to do to beat this team?
Olajuwon and O'Neal, the two great centers in the center court jump circle. And we're ready to go. The opening tip controlled by Houston. It's Magic time in the NBA Finals from the Orlando Arena.
A team has not scored in the last 7 minutes. O'Neal, yes, and a count.
Left side to Anderson, three-point shot. Nick Anderson got it. Nick Anderson has made 3 threes in the second period.
We went into halftime, I think, up 18 or something like that. We were in control. You know they're going to make a run. We didn't come out of the locker room very well in the third quarter.
Pick up the loose ball. Here's Clyde on the run, going all the way. Clyde Drexler.
That just shows how great Shaq is.
Ellie hits the three. Horry from downtown. Robert Horry continuing the three-point assault. Here's Akeem. It counts, and the foul.
But we're there at the end, right? We've got a chance to win it.
Rebounded by Shaw. The game is tied at 102. O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal. Houston must foul right here.
Just, we missed some plays, obviously, down the stretch.
Nick Anderson making his first appearance at the line, usually a dependable free throw shooter. Orlando 12 of 15 at the line. And Anderson missing on both, but gets to the rebound and again draws the foul.
We're not there without Nick Anderson, right?
He was our first pick and the anchor of the team. My heart broke for Nick that he had to go through that.
Team anyway, they were going to do it by committee, and another miss by Nick Anderson.
Well, the 3 to make 4 rule, that's in effect, I believe, yes. And he misses 4 straight. The Rockets take a timeout with 5 6/10 seconds remaining. Ellie throws it to Smith looking for the 3. He's been on fire and hits. He's tied the game at 110.
5.5 seconds still to go. And it is now Houston's turn to try and hit what might be a game-winning shot.
Drexler puts the ball on Anderson. Finger roll, the tip by Olajuwon. Comes from behind effort in overtime, but Rockets win it.
We didn't recover from that. It just felt like we couldn't get it back.
The Rockets with the convincing victory led by as many as 23. Shot clock at 6. Horry for 3. With the shot clock running down to 15 seconds. Elijah Wan for 3. The Houston Rockets have won their second consecutive NBA championship. They have swept the Orlando Magic.
As disappointing as it was, and trust me, when you get beat 4-0 in a championship series, you don't even show up. It's disappointing, but I think all of us felt like there's still there's an upside for this team.
I believe in our minds we thought we're going to have another crack at this. In fact, we should have multiple cracks at winning championships, but only time would tell if that would happen.